Welcome everyone, this is Comodin Cam. This is going to be an updated video on all Transformers cartoons from 1984 to 2021. Kind of a ranking video because I'll tally up my personal favourite at the end. And these are only the American intros. I'll probably do all Japanese Transformers cartoons another day. Anyway, let's get straight into it.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. The Transformers, robots in disguise. The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
The first Transformers intro just captures a lot of magic about the brand and shows everyone what it's about. There's a lot of creativity in this intro. I really like it. It really does scream 80s. Like, I love this intro a lot. I wish we had more like this. I think Season 2 upped up the ante with this intro. There's so much going off, it's so well paced, it's got a lot of stuff in it. Of course Season 2 had a load of new characters, so we really showcased that with this intro. I think the theme as well is better than the original. In terms of catchiness, like I catch on to the Season 2 intro a lot better, and actually Season 3 and 4 as well. But this intro, when it comes to Transformers Generation 1, this is my main intro. This is the one that I just go back to all the time, like I could just beat to it. It's got a lot of creativity to it. It really does showcase the new characters. I kind of like the idea of random characters having the spotlight. I think it's kind of neat how the Five Faces of Darkness had its own intro, and I like the transitions, even though the animation style, while present in Season 2 in a few episodes, the company would do a lot in Season 3, and I just don't like that art style, but still, I like how they was very creative with this. The transitions are really nice, the characters are really, you know, it's a good showcase of the Season 3 characters, so I won't knock it that much, because I think they actually did a pretty good job with this. I decided to do commentary on these two together because, well, Season 3 and 4 aren't that different from each other. The only difference with Season 4 is that it adds extra special effects with sounds and a few transitions with new characters that were introduced in that short season. But Season 3, I would say, is superior than Season 4, mainly because, well, with Season 3, I like the transitions just a little bit better. I just find the scenes used in Season 3 are just better than Season 4's. They're more memorable, but they're still pretty good.
Striving to save the world from the evil Decepticons, the heroic Autobots are led by Optimus Prime. He's more than meets the eye, he's a robot in disguise. Going ballistic to destroy the Autobots and conquer mankind. The evil Decepticons are more than meets the eye. Heroic Autobots versus evil Decepticons with the fate of planet Earth hanging in the balance. Transformers Generation 2. And now, through the magic of the Cybernet Space Cube, the computer-enhanced stories of the Transformers. Transformers Generation 2.
Oh boy, what's there to say about this intro? This is regarded as many fans as one of the worst Transformers intros. It's just so painfully long and the animation just looks terrible. The only thing people really like about it is that it inspired the colours of Slipstream in the future, but that's really it. Well, it's just basically rehashed episodes of Generation 1, just added with extra graphics, and the graphics are just awful. Yes, the origins of the Allspark came from the Internet Space Cube. Alright, now we've got one of the most badass and epic Transformers themes there is, the Beast Wars. This is mostly just a showcase though of each season, which can be kind of spoilish, but I don't think it spoils all too much. I think the music kind of works with some of the shots used. You know, it really shows you that this show's full of action, and it's got a lot of elements to it. And yeah, they cut out the more than meets the eye, the robots in disguise, but I think the Beast Wars, it's okay, because it's a different kind of show. It's not your traditional Transformers. And I know the show gets a lot of slack for its animation, but I really think it's a charm. It's for its time, really, and at the time, actually, it was kind of groundbreaking, the animation was. I like it. It kind of gives me some nostalgia feels a little bit. Even though I never watched this when I was a little kid, it just kind of takes me back to a different time. Gotta admit, I really do like the theme for this intro. Beast Machines, you know, I don't really rate the show that highly, but the intro actually does a really good job of intercutting into a lot of good transitions. You know, I like the theme, even though it's a very weird one. It's a bit more mature than the Beast Wars one. During that era of cartoons, we were kind of doing a similar thing with the themes. Beast Machines very much gives me kind of Batman Beyond kind of vibes a little bit when it comes to its intro. Not the same kind of like style as Beast Wars. It's a very futuristic sounding theme, and that's pretty much the set of Beast Wars anyway, but with Beast Machines going a bit further into the future, I think this is actually an averagely good intro. I think the theme music with Robots in Disguise fits really well with the style of the show. This is actually a really good intro, I like it. It's very upbeat, maybe not everyone's cup of tea with the kind of synth noises, but I think it really works, and I like the transitions between the characters, how it shows in different kinds of graphics, and I don't know, you just look at this intro and it just screams of Jetix, you know, those old days, like that's the style of the intros back in that era, and I think it really fits with this Robots in Disguise.
Hi, my name's Rad, and I want to tell you about the Transformers, two races of mechanical beings from another world. There's the Autobots, the good guys, and then there's the Decepticons, a bunch of greedy bullies. They're all fighting over a smaller race of robots called the Minicons. The Minicons crash-landed on Earth thousands of years ago, and they're scattered all over the planet. The Decepticons want to enslave them and use them to increase their power, but the Autobots will put a stop to that evil plan.
Transformers.
The war between the Autobots and the Decepticons wages on as they struggle to retrieve the prized Minicons. The side who wins is the side that collects the most, and if the Decepticons prove victorious, then Megatron and his corrupt Minicons control the universe. The Earth's only chance for a peaceful cosmos is for Optimus Prime and the Autobots to destroy their enemy. Now, get ready for a new battle.
Transformers.
Now I have a soft spot for this intro as it was my first Transformers show growing up, but I will admit I don't like the intro with Rad that much. This intro actually changes quite a bit. It has certain different dialogue changes as well. Rad has two versions, but I'm not going to include both of them because they're really not that much different from each other. But with the deep voice narrator, I prefer that just a bit more. I think it grounds the show in a more serious note, and Rad, well, you can deal with him in the actual episodes. There's also an intro where there's no narration, and I don't like the recaps all that much, to be fair, especially if you're binge watching the show and you're constantly reminded. I remember the scheduling of these episodes weren't really good, so if you just tuned in randomly, I guess it'd be a good recap for some people. Now the next Armada intro is very different, so I'll talk about the music in that one.
The battlefield has shifted. The Autobots and Decepticons are racing through space to face the greatest evil the Transformers have ever encountered. They have entered the Unicron battles.
Transformers.
Now I absolutely love this intro. The music fits with it so well. The music for this intro is amazing for both versions. I just like this intro just more because it really showcases how good the animation is for Armada. Granted, most of the show had a lot of issues with its animation, but when we had full-on cel-shaded animation, full anime, it was absolutely amazing. Like, some of the transitions in this intro are really great. I like how the characters are used, and it really just sets up a great, exciting episode.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers, robots in disguise.
Transformers, Energon.
Transformers.
Gotta be honest, love or hate the show, I think the intro, the theme, is just badass. I find it so ridiculously catchy, I just feel like a clown. But I'm a happy clown. This music, even as a kid, I got really excited to it. Yeah, the animation, it's not that great, and the intro doesn't really do anything that special. Some shots are kind of cool, but I mean, if you like the animation, you're really gonna love this intro. I just love the music. But I feel like this intro is actually more on the nose of being a toy branded show. You know, this definitely feels like a commercial. But heck, at least the music's good.
Our worlds are in danger. To save them and the galaxy, we must find the 4 cyber planet keys before the Decepticons can use them for evil. It is our mission. Hotshot, Jetfire, Vector Prime, Landmine, Scattershot, Optimus Prime, Transform and Roll Out!
Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Autobots, Decepticons!
Transformers, robots in disguise.
Transformers! Transformers! The Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons.
Honestly, I think this intro slash theme is more iconic than the actual show itself. Like, what a great way to introduce a kid to a cartoon, more especially a Transformers cartoon. Like, it's just so badass. It's got a lot of good points to it. I like the character introductions, and I like the long narration as well by Optimus Prime, a good homage to Armada. I think this does it in a more exciting way than Armada. You know, I just love it. I think it's really good. It's just something to parody as well. You wouldn't expect a show like this to go all out for its intro, but it just does, and it really works, and it really goes to show how exciting the Transformers brand can be. And when intros used to be really good, you know, when they actually put a lot of effort into the intros and, you know, got you really pumped and excited, whether or not as an adult you like the show now, at the time as a kid, you know, either way, if you like the show or not, you're still excited about it. Another creative intro. I love the hallway with the Autobots going down. I wish they did the same for the Decepticons. That's the only negative for this intro, but I still love it. It's still a nostalgic intro. This was the show that brought me back into Transformers. I'll always be grateful for that, and it's always a show that's always brought me a level of excitement. And how this starts out, it's just, yes, come on, bring on animated. This is such a good intro. I love the music. It's just amazing. I always feel like I'm reading the Bible or something with this intro. Just a holy intro, so inspirational, just wow. I love it. You know, I love the Autobots going down one by one, and the humans, you know, blending in with their partners. I just love it. I think it's really creative. And when we get to the Decepticons, the music, it doesn't have to scream more than meets the eye or robots in disguise. You could just feel it's a Transformers show by its music, and I think the composer nails it. Okay, now I feel like Hasbro just gave the composer a bunch of drugs and this is his result. Like, this is such a high, intense intro. Kind of gives me the Unicron Battles vibes from Armada. I love it. The way our Optimus Prime comes in, he's much bigger now. I wish there was Smokescream and Ultra Magnus added in that, and Wheeljack as well. The Decepticons, they include Shockwave, which I really like, you know, at least give us that, and Predaking as well. Even though this wasn't the intentional direction for the show, they were going to do pirates instead, they went with dragons. I'm still glad this intro is about. I don't actually know which one I prefer, the inspirational one or the intro that makes me feel like I'm on acid. Both of them work well for me, just really good intros.
Routine patrol with fortbacks and chases. Usually overlooked in the strangest of places. Earth was their home now, and in addition, Optimus Prime gave them this mission. Learn from the humans, serve and protect. Live in their world, earn their respect. Family of heroes will be your allies. To the rescue. Heroes indeed. To the rescue. With Cody to guide them and show them the way. Rescue us, safe and to the rescue.
Honestly, I like this intro. I do think it's overly long though. I like the guitar in the beginning, but then it just kind of drags a bit. Kind of gives me Cybertron vibes, but it's just kind of like toned down for play school kids. And that's great. I mean, this intro is going to be good for little kids. Obviously not for adults, not for older Transformers fans, but I still think it gives something new, something refreshing, and kind of gives you that nostalgia vibes for the old Transformers cartoon. So yeah, I think the vocals are corny as hell, but I think it kind of works for the show. It kind of gives the show a different kind of flavor. Now when it comes to Robots in Disguise, I personally prefer the Autobot and Windblade inclusion. Not so much the Combiner Force intro because there's not really that much different. I think the editing in the Combiner Force intro is a bit lacking in my opinion. The long intro, not bad. It's a good starter for the season 1, but still nonetheless, it's still a bit too long and I prefer the more composed, the season 2 part, you know, where it's just showing the transitions and with the Autobot characters' names, which is something new. They don't usually do that. They don't actually have the text of the characters on screen. Still nonetheless, not the best intro, nor the worst, not that bad. I think we all know which intro I prefer. I prefer the Power of the Primes one because it has more flavour going to it. Titans Return and Combiner Wars is the worst I've ever seen. It's just a simple text. Nothing inspiring, nothing great. At least Power of the Primes did something a little bit different, but still, even that's a stretch. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. I just want that Generation 1 kind of intro style back, and this definitely delivers. I love how each season it progresses into something else, something new, and with the Season 4 specials, they didn't have to go all that out, you know, for just 2 specials, but they did anyway, which I think really shows how much they care about the series and how much they want to really pay homage and respect to G1. It just adds new flavors to see all these characters moving about on screen instead of it being just kind of like simple and, you know, kind of plain. So that's what I respect about Cyberverse. They went all creative with their intros, and I think it really, really works, even today. Definitely similar to the Rescue Bots theme, we have the singer once again narrating the story. I actually really like this, it's actually really neat. This is a lot of good transitions, a very creative intro. You can definitely show them showing transitions from the show, but then also adding a new flair to it as well. This is really kiddie, and this show knows it, and it goes all out with the intro, which I actually really appreciate, and I think it's really neat, and it's kind of catchy. Maybe not everyone's cup of tea, but still, not bad. Now I put all the intros for the Netflix series together because, well, they are pretty much all the same. Each intro does have its kind of selected theme, like it does follow a trace of what the show is about. You know, you can definitely see the difference between the Kingdom one and the Siege one, because Siege is all about Cybertron, Kingdom is all about Earth. But still, I thought this was a very boring intro. I suppose this theme was kind of necessary though for the maturity they were going for. They wanted it to be super serious, a super dark kind of Transformers show, so they couldn't obviously be screaming about what's in the skies and what meets the eye. But it kind of gave me similar vibes to the Power of the Primes one a little bit, just transitions, you know, with detailed specs. I thought this was just a bland kind of intro, nothing that creative. And the intro's over pretty quickly. So here we have it, guys. Generation 1 Season 2 is my personal favourite intro. And the worst one is Generation 2. Because, I mean, who didn't see that coming? So yeah, a lot of Transformers intros. There's so many. I mean, there are more Transformers shows to come, so expect an update in probably like 6 or 5 years' time. Just quickly want to say Happy New Year to everybody, and thank you for the support and love on my channel, especially in the last few months. This channel's grown, and I hope to do more videos just like this for you. Of course, share me your personal favourite Transformers intro in the comment section below, and for more videos just like this, be sure to subscribe, click that notification bell to get all updates instantly. This has been Comodin Cam, and until the next video, goodbye.